Hello everybody, in case you're wondering why this message is here at the beginning, it's because my toaster is a douchebag. Why am I saying that? Well, I was recording, for the part you're about to see, and I was partly into Crysis City on the modern stage. Then suddenly, poof, goes the power. And what was the culprit? The 4-slot toaster in my kitchen. Half of it kind of broke, so we can only use like 2 slots now, and if you use the other one when it's plugged in, it cuts the power. Because, safety and all that. So I lost that footage, so it's not much, but it will mean that, like, at the start some things would be filled in when they shouldn't, like in terms of the stages. I'm just kind of saying that now. So, yeah, apart from that, everything will be okay. Alright, enjoy the video. Hello everybody, my name is Huntramu, but you knew that already, and if you listen to the message at the beginning, you'll know what happened. So I'm going to go through classic stage again, mostly because, well, you wouldn't have seen it, and then we're going to continue on for the mod, continue on as normal, alright? Let's go straight to it, and hope that I can get a better rank than I did in the previous recording. Seriously, I did poorly. And I've already started a bad start. I don't know, I'm kind of a bit annoyed because I was talking a lot about whole Sonic 06 and everything. I mean, I guess I can't go over some of it again, my kind of history of the game, which is very little, but I kind of do feel like my opinion on the game is, well, not the most, like, biggest opinion, but my stance on Sonic 06 is more around that the game itself would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that it felt like it was coded in Java sometimes. I mean, I have seen it, I have played it a little, but my issue with the game is more around the fact that the gameplay just feels way too floaty, it's really buggy, and I missed that jump again. And because of that, it's just a complete mess to play. I mean, you can't sell a game on so-called big-budget graphics and cutscenes alone. Call of Duty does that every year, and I'm still surprised how that they get away with it. I mean, the gameplay has to be solid. It has to be fun. And Sonic 06 wasn't that. I'm just in the middle ground in terms of what I think about the game. Oh Jesus, I'm on fire. I mean, I understand why people hate it. It's not a good game in its state. I can understand why some people like it, they like the game, they like the game in terms of its story and so on. And, I'm in the middle ground. I think it could have been a good game if it weren't for all the problems. I wouldn't care about the cutscenes, the story, or anything if the gameplay was good and fun. The gameplay's janky and messy, and that just hurts it. I think there's like a few games you could probably think of where the gameplay would be a bit messy and janky. You could say, oh no, it's still a good game. I mean, some games kind of take that idea and actually thrive on it. But in a lot of cases, you can't take that excuse and expect it to work. And I'm doing pretty good for time. Screw the red ring. So, yeah. My stance is more just in the middle ground. I've said this before. It's an okay... Sonic 06 is just... I wouldn't say it's for me. With all the problems, but, some people can like it. And the exit's running away. God damn it. I don't know, just... some things kind of just need to be said, and I will admit the stages they did for the Generations version of Crysis City are okay. They're not bad. They're okay stages. I mean, I like the classic one. It's not that difficult. And wow, hold on, did I just see that as a minute and 26 seconds off the clock? I really am doing better than before. If you didn't see my time before, I was at 5 minutes and 9 seconds on before. Come on, up we go. Well, I got through here quickly. It's probably because I knew the stage after the issues I had. But still, I still think Sonic 06 is an okay game. It's not for me. I can understand why people hate it and why people like it. But since we got through the stage, there is sadly going to be no colouring in because it's already there. But we can jump right into the modern stage, which is where my power went out. Yes, the stomp move. I said this before in the previous recording. Stomp move is basically just, you can bring certain platforms down, you can also use it to break things. Really, that's about it. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of the modern stage. I mean, it's an okay stage, it's just, I hate bottomless pits with a passion, and this game is chock full of them. Also, it's full of lava. Lava burns. It's not a one-hit in this game, but it still burns. Oh, well, maybe I can get a second chance at that red ring. It's right up ahead. Require a bit of boosting and precision. Oh, nope, I didn't get it. I failed the boost horribly. Oh well, at least it didn't get me killed. Alright, you got some more. This stage is mostly a platforming-based stage. There are some sections that are boost focused, but most of the time it's platforming in the simple sense. You know, like that's actually a thing about the 3D modern Sonic kind of thing. I do understand why the platforming was toned down a large amount in when Sonic transitioned into more 3D in the whole modern Sonic era. Well, because it's obvious. It's hard to really do precise platforming in 3D. Because, you know, you can overshoot. You got the whole thing about 2D Sonic and precise platforming is because you had like two axes to travel on. You know, it had like backwards and forwards, up and down, you know, that kind of stuff. And the difference between them, if you moved in one direction compared to another, was you could clearly see. But when you move to 3D, oh boy does that get complicated. It goes from being easy to tell the difference to being gigantically complicated. Where such a single degree difference is is a big enough change to basically get you murdered. That's how big of a difference it is. Oh god, I'm on fire. Oh jeez, is there gonna be lava everywhere today? Oh fuck, I died. So that's why I can understand, like, when you get shifted into the 2D, you know, the platforming kind of sections on a 3D Sonic, I can understand why the platforms are really big and everything, because, you know, you gotta make sure the player can easily, you know, they don't miss the platforms horribly. Oh, I missed the red ring, but oh well. It's just in this terms of Crysis City, it's kind of, that's what it mostly is. A lot of platforming, and when they do want to do the precise platforming, they will shift into the 2D, which is a good thing, because as I said before, the whole axis and everything, in 2D it's a lot less dangerous, which is good, because that way, you know easily the difference going one direction will make, whereas in 3D it's nearly impossible to really tell. Simply put, in 3D, you've got to be careful. If you make one mistake in 3D on precise platforming, you may as well say GG. Because that's the problem with it. Well, we're actually near the end of the stage now. And it's mostly out. Mostly dodging rocks. I have never been able to get through this without getting hit once. Mostly because it throws cars at you and everything. Alright, let's just have the attack over. And we're done. I think I got an A rank? I got an A rank. Sadly I didn't get a perfect clear. Still, that is something I kind of wanted to talk about. The whole axis and everything. And we are done with Crysis City for now, thank God.
much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
And that's Crysis City done with. Thank God, we don't have to bother with it until there's challenges. Now we move on to something more fun. First things first, let's go to Classic Sonic. And welcome to where I started seeing Sonic again, actually. I'll kind of explain it on the way. Welcome to Rooftop City. Now, as I said before, I was a fan of like Sonic in the Genesis era and all that. I'd liked the sort of introductions to the 3D Sonics, you know, stuff like Sonic. I think it was Sonic Blast. I played that a bit. I enjoyed it. There was also the adventure games, which I really enjoy. And then along with that, there's... oh, yeah. Ow. I deserved that for trying to get the red ring. And along with the adventure games, really, there were some other things like Sonic Shuffle. I don't know. I didn't own a Dreamcast. I know Sonic Shuffle was a thing, and apparently it was a really bad Sonic version of Mario Party. Yeah. Like, basically, my stance was, I kind of knew Sonic still existed and was still going, but after Sonic Adventure 2... oh, come on, I was in invincibility frames. Okay. After Sonic Adventure 2, wow. Okay, let's just go to the other side. Okay, after Sonic Adventure 2, I kind of forgot it existed. I mean, I figured, oh, I haven't really seen or heard anything new about the series. I guess it's dead? Nope, it wasn't. It was still going and I was completely unaware until, one time I went into a game store, which is kind of an UK equivalent of GameStop, I believe? Oh god. And basically I saw, you know, one of those demo units. You know, the kind of things where it's a console with a set game in, and they have demos going. And it had Sonic Unleashed on it. In the demo form with Rooftop City. That was when I noticed, oh, Sonic's still around, that's cool. And then I kind of forgot about it again. Like, after that, I was kind of like, oh, cool, but I don't have... cool, I want to play that, but I don't have the console. And I didn't have a X360 until much later, because we got one sort of cheap with a Kinect, which is now barely used. And in all honesty, that's kind of when I noticed, oh, Sonic's still around, and I started running into more of the Sonic games that I missed out on, like the GBA ones, which really confused me, because I was a fan of the GBA. Like, seriously. It was probably actually because I played Golden Sun all the time. Like, there were games on the DS, I don't know how I missed those. And really, it's kind of like I noticed, hold on, Sonic's in more of less... hold on, let me use my words. Sonic's on the Nintendo consoles, that's weird. You know, back when Sonic was that kind of Sega's way of competing with Nintendo. And afterwards, they were kind of more, you know, we're just making games, and then when it came to, like, the GBA and stuff, it literally was... hey, let me through. Oh, it is on... oh, yeah, screw you. Going a long way. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the Sonic games nowadays. I mean, I have seen a lot more of them. I have kind of, like, picked up on some of the newer ones for the Wii. But in reality, I haven't been completely following the series as a whole. Mostly because after seeing some of the results of like Sonic 06, and the fact that Unleashed, it did have a good idea with it, but it apparently wasn't that well received because there was a lot of loading times and everything. I kind of started to hang back and wait until I knew what was good in terms of the Sonic games from then on. You know, stuff like Generations and all that, and that's kind of why I'm very, very picky about that new one for the Wii U I've seen. Rise of Lyrak, I believe it's called. I'm very picky about that because it basically, from the looks of it, from the trailers, it looks like they're trying to go for the whole 4-player co-op buddy mode with Sonic and friends, and they decided to give them all redesigns. And like, in terms of their characters, and like, oh, Sonic's got a scarf on, Knuckles looks like a fucking man on steroids, Tails looks like Tails. Yeah, seriously, he just looks like Tails. He's just got goggles on and some bandages. Like, same kind of thing with Sonic. He just looks like Sonic, but, you know, he looks a little bit skinnier. And Amy, like, God, you know, she's got a whole new dress and everything. Like, I might look into the game to see, oh, did they change Amy at all? Because I hate that character. Just because it's, oh, so generic. And, like, if they change the characters' personalities a little bit as well, I might look into it a little more. But alas, I have to wait to find that out. Oh, right. I thought this was automatic. Ding dong! Wow, it's taking me 5 minutes. I'm probably gonna get a B. Then again, I've died multiple times already. So I probably will get a B, or maybe worse. Especially when I don't notice that. There's the exit. Sonic Unleashed. I never really got to play much of it, mostly because the demo unit was gone the next time I went to that store, and I didn't really know any friends that had the game. But, yeah. I kind of wish I knew there was a PS2 version. There actually is. It's the same as the Wii version, but, you know, you're using PlayStation controls. If I knew about that when I saw that demo unit, I would have gone, oh sweet, I can play it! Because I had a PS2. I still do. It works fine. Either way, let's move on to the modern stage. If I like trigger memory kicks in, this should go quickly. I remember I used to rocket this stage in Green Hill Zone all the time. Come on, trigger memory. Oh, nope, trigger memory is failing. I remember I used to look at like some of the lowest times I possibly could on this stage. I think I've like, in terms of the rankings, I was actually really high up on the online leaderboard. When you take out the hackers in the PC version. Which is always kind of a sad thing, like hackers and everything. In case you're wondering, you're like, how do you hack a game like this? In terms of the, well, basically the whole online is like, basically you're all racing against the clock. You're not playing against each other in a literal game. You're all playing your own game, and basically when you play online, you're playing without the skill sets and everything. And the whole idea is you get to put your time on the leaderboards. How fast, you know, you got the fastest time, the higher you are. The issue here is, on the PC version, hackers run amok on it. And basically what they do is they kind of cheat the game so that it finishes the instant they get in it. So basically, oh god. So basically what they do is they load in, and then what happens is they basically trigger, they basically use like, you know, hacking or code or whatever to basically trigger the end right away. And even though that means they get like the ridiculously short times that are physically impossible. And that bothers me. Like, I don't know if hackers are really a thing on the console versions of the game. Like, the 360 and PS3 ones. I don't know if the Wii had a version of this. I know the 3DS did. Yeah, the 3DS has a version of this. It's kind of a thing like Sonic team has been doing with like some of the recent games, like Generations, Colors, and Lost World. They all have DS versions that are different to the actual console version. I'm meaning it in a serious tone. I have a Lost World on DS, on 3DS, sorry. It is different to the original. It uses like the gyro controls in the 3DS and everything, and it kind of actually looks cool in the 3D effect and everything. But it is actually completely different. And the same with Colors and Generations, they have like different stages and everything. Which is always honestly kind of cool. Honestly an underrated thing. Looks like that. Yep, rooftop runs all sold. Oh god, it's you. Memories of Sonic Heroes all over again.
Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
Jesus, Sonic looks so serious. Wow. I didn't notice I got that many red rings in one. I think this was one of the stages, like, I remember getting all the red rings on, including Green Hill Zone, in terms of Modern Sonic. Either way, we're down to the third and last stage of the set, which is from, well, Sonic Colors.